Welcome back to the show. My name is True. We are Green Room Radio, the coolest radio show in Las Vegas. I am sitting here with my man, Big Will, full-time CEO.
Yes, sir.
I got little Rach.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
And we have a very special guest today, our first ever pool expert. Pool, I don't even want to say pool player. Pool
trick shots.
Trick shots.
Yeah.
Introduce him, Rachel. Let's see if you got it, Mr.
We have Mr. VENOM Trick Shots here. Florian.
Kohler?
Yes.
Is it Kohler?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, I didn't want to mess that up.
No, I didn't butcher it. All good, man.
Yeah.
All the way from France.
Cool.
Living here in Las Vegas now.
You said France to LA.
Yep, yeah.
France to LA to Las Vegas.
I mean, you're coming from Europe, you want to go to wherever the movie tells you to go. So that's LA, right? For us, it's either New York or LA. And then you realize pretty quickly LA is not the easiest spot to be. So then I ended up moving to Vegas, and I love it here.
Oh, yeah. I do too. For a long time, I do have a place in LA too. But for a long time, I would always say like Vegas is everything that I'm not. But then after you get used to a 24-hour town, now when I go back to LA, I'm like
very hard.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you can't go back anywhere else, right? It's just
just the cost of living. I mean, just everything. And I'm like, if you're not wrapped up in all the bullshit, Vegas is beautiful. You get off the strip.
Love it. Yeah.
Summerlin's beautiful.
Yeah.
I live in McDonald Ranch over in Henderson. But I love it out here. Everything's clean. I mean, as long as you're just not into the gambling, the strip clubs.
All the extra,
all the extras.
But what's so crazy, they have that in every city now.
They do.
Yes, they do.
You can
That is
gamble
very
in
true.
Chicago. You can get prostitutes in
Anywhere.
Atlanta.
On speed dial,
It doesn't matter.
But seriously, how long have you been in Vegas for?
About 10 years now.
Oh, 10. Okay.
Yeah.
And you've been playing pool for how
So
long?
I started when I was like 17 years old, and I'm literally just turned 37. So there you go.
That was 20 years.
Yeah. Still old, but that's what it is.
Did you grow up?
Nah, 37's not old.
No, definitely not old.
I feel like I hit something here.
Yeah. Did you grow up in a pool table household?
No, not at all. I grew up in the standard, house. There was no pool table. I just kind of loved the game, played like bowling alleys, whatever I could and stuff like that, but didn't really have it. And then funny thing is, I heard an ad on the radio, and somebody was trying to get rid of a pool table. Yeah, it was a thing back then, right? Ads on radio, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's trying to get rid of it for like €200. And talked to my dad. He's like, yeah, if you get your exam, then we'll go get it. And, we went to get it, and that was it. I didn't know how to play pool, so looked up at the very beginning of YouTube, which is hard to believe as well. And there was no pool tutorials. It was just trick shot videos, right?
Oh.
So I started to do whatever I saw, and that's how I got started, really.
And that's how you
crazy.
started filming on YouTube as well.
Yeah, pretty much.
At 18, right?
Yeah, 17, 18. Yeah.
Wow. So as soon as you got the
20 years
table.
ago.
Wow.
When I grew up,
Damn,
my
that's
family, we
crazy.
had a pool table.
Mhm.
And I always tell people that was the first, me and my brother at a young age were rolling the balls back and forth. And that was the first time I ever chipped my front tooth. The ball
Oh.
actually bounced off and hit me. But like I said, I did grow up in a pool table home. So, I mean, you get pretty good as you play.
Obviously, France space is a little more limited. There's not like big houses like here. So you'd really see one in there. So it was like a rather small pool table as well. But, it did the trick. Yeah, that's
What are the
it is.
sizes? Is there a standard size?
So the smaller you're going to find is probably like a 6 foot something. Mostly in America, in the bars, you're going to find 7 footers. Then the house is usually 8 foot, and professional is 9 foot.
Oh,
It makes a difference too, by the
Huge
way.
I didn't even know.
Yeah. It makes a
Yeah,
difference.
now I wonder. I'm like, what was
What was your size?
Yeah.
Most likely 7
What's
or
your
8.
size?
Well, when you're doing that long shot with the ball down the
The rail.
that's when you realize how big of a pool table you're on.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was on a bigger one, but I'm not for sure.
I actually want to touch on the fact that you started posting at the age of 17, 18, because I meet a lot of entrepreneurs and they think that you can become an expert by watching one video or going to things one time, but you've been doing this 20 years and you're still perfecting your craft. Can you talk about the importance of just being persistent and consistent? And that's the only way you're going to get better.
Oh man, this is 100% exactly what I preach. Like, hard work beats talent every single day. It doesn't really matter, right? I always tell people I'm not really the most talented or nothing. I'm definitely the most creative, but I can't explain that. It's just kind of a gift, I guess. That's the good part. The rest is just pure work. Just work, right? So I was telling someone today, I haven't missed a day posting on Facebook in the last 6 years.
Wow.
That is how committed I am to social media.
You guys hear that?
Insane.
6
Yeah.
years,
6 years,
every
never
single
pissed.
day.
Discipline. Like, dude, like not even an off day. Like,
I post for us
All
and
scheduled.
it's extremely
I
difficult.
commend you for that.
That's like
I
over
really do.
3,000 days of posting.
That's amazing.
Never missed
Like,
one.
Wow.
And you started, so when you started at 17, you were comfortable enough to just start shooting like right off the rip?
So you got to picture that, right? I got this small table. I don't know how to play. So I look at this few videos online. We still have this stupid, like slow connection. So you go look at 2-3 minutes videos max, right?
Right.
So I see a few videos there. I'm trying to recreate what I see. Then I buy a few books here and there. I'm looking at it, start to make it. And then it's the time I'm like, okay, I'm good enough to do something with it, right? So I start posting it, my own things, my new versions of it, modernize a little bit the whole thing. And then kind of starts to hold you accountable for it because now you got to get better, right? Because you can't post the same thing. It's just what it is. And then you start having a little following. It's like, okay, so I got to post more. And the same thing, I just started to post over and over. And yeah, it really worked out. I mean,
wow.
the crazy story is really after a little while, I got, kind of a good following, like probably 200,000 followers on YouTube or something, which
How long
back
did
then,
that take?
maybe 2 years, 3 maybe.
Like over a
and
billion
this is
views,
what,
right?
This is 20 years ago.
So here's the story, right? I
Yeah.
mean, that was a pretty big deal back then. I was
Right.
like by far the first pool player to get it that far, right? So then I got a DVD. I get to meet a producer. We produced this genius. I mean, it was really good quality DVD back then. And then, so we put all our money in there. The guy did, and myself as well. And we went to Canada, produced that in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it was as cheap as possible on the cost, but we made it really look good. We posted out, and then a week later, it goes and be ripped off on a Chinese YouTube, basically.
Wow.
In a month,
I knew that.
100 million people saw it for free. 100 million, right? So here in your mind, you're like, man, imagine 100 million times 20 for a video. I mean, how much money you lost, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
But really, that's what launched me, actually. And then from there on, I just did everything for free online. I was like, there's no point. Might as well do it. And,
Well,
it served me
eventually
well.
YouTube started paying you, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it was, not 100 million payout.
Yeah, I get that.
And there's,
totally.
there's nothing you could do, right?
No,
nothing you could do to
there's
stop
nothing
it.
you can do. You just got to live with it. But really, I mean, it was a blessing in disguise, right? So
Definitely. And I
Right.
heard you practice like an average of 30 hours a week.
yeah, maybe more. I don't know. It depends.
Steady.
I mean, I have like
part-time job.
4 business to run too, so it's a little tricky. But
People have no
Wow.
excuses to be lazy nowadays.
no, when you have access to everything we do, there's no way. But before, I mean, I was going to college, play pool. I was going to college today, and I was playing probably from like 8 p.m., 2 a.m. every day for the last, for first 2 or 3 years when I was really going at it. So,
Still waking up every morning.
well, yeah.
What keeps you
Ish.
going? Like, what?
Stupidity, really, I think. I mean,
Have
I
you
feel
ran
like,
out of tricks?
Not yet.
No.
He has like over 10,000.
Yeah, I invented over 10,000, and I think every
That's
time
insane.
I'm thinking I'm done, there's more coming in. So I really don't know. It just
That is-
kind of happens.
Yeah.
Is there anybody in the younger generation coming that you would say is like, wow, that guy's really good? And
Talent for sure. There's definitely skill, whatever. It's like skateboards, right? In the 90s when everybody started doing the tricks, like it just kind of exploded and improved, right? The problem is nobody's creative enough to beat it yet. So I'm waiting for that one kid that's gonna be creative enough and skilled enough that put me in the second plan. But I've been waiting for the last 5 years, and I still don't see it at the moment. So I'm gonna keep going.
I think I know why that can be difficult for that next person. And I see this just in business as a whole, because people rather be famous than be good.
You're right.
And so they're not going to put in the 35 hours a week to learn the level of trick shots that you've put in versus them just wanting to go viral and thinking that, and that's, I think I would say kind of the downfall of like social media. People are chasing viral moments, but once the next viral moment comes from somebody else, they don't remember you.
Yeah.
When you're as consistent as you and you're constantly putting out, content, it's not about being viral. It's about always being seen. Can you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, number-wise, I'm averaging an insane number right now, actually. I'm probably averaging 50 million views a month at the moment, platform combined, right? But keep in mind, too, pool actually is very, it seems like a very niche sport, but it really isn't. It's the third most played sport in the world. You play it in China, you play it in the US, you play it in Australia, you play it in Europe. Doesn't really matter. There's a version of the game everywhere, right? So very universal game. But yeah, I mean, over the years, I mean, you're gonna have one video you think is gonna do well, it doesn't, but you just gotta keep the course, right? I'm forcing myself one video a day, no matter what. obviously
I
it's
love
not
that
easy every day.
mindset.
But
I'm
you
forcing myself.
it will happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I had like a dry spell for like 20 days. I was not hitting over 150,000 views, which is nothing for me. And then yesterday I posted 10 million views in a day. Great, fantastic. But can you
Just like
control
the
it? Not
algorithm
really.
right now.
Yeah.
Is it always? I always tell people in music, it's what's crazy is it's like always. It seems like it's always the song that you didn't think was gonna do it.
Sometimes,
and vice versa. Like,
and I mean, sometimes I think the more you get older, the more you understand that it doesn't really matter. It's the look of itself, pretty much. Sometimes it may be skillful or like very difficult technically, but it doesn't translate to people, and they don't know, right? So,
have you like ever created a book with all of your tricks?
No, I think it's about time probably at some point, but I don't know if people really read books no more, man. I'm not sure.
hey,
So.
we at least.
I mean, you think about you can have like your book at pool halls all across the nation. That sounds pretty cool.
The ones that read them to you,
like an audio
book.
Well, I could see why he would say it would be difficult because a lot of the shots in pool, it's positioning of the stick, and it's hard to correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, there's, the old school trick shot, we're positioning the balls. If you knew where to position the balls, most likely it was mainly about making as many balls in one shot as possible, right? And then when I threw this skill aspect to it, which made it very difficult, there's really no shortcut to it, right? You could put in a diagram, you could put explanations. At the end of the day, you got to be able to do it. And it just kind of has a low, it's a low threshold of people that could do it. But however you could direct it towards like more beginner average player, you could do something, but just haven't had the time at the moment.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I saw something in a video. You use the opposite end of the stick for some of your shots.
No, I have this thing at the beginning of my show when I kind of do like a bunch of different jump shots.
Okay. And
I just ask people, which way do you want to sit? Like one hand, two hand, whatever. Sometimes people like, oh, go with the other end of the stick and whatever. And so you just kind of
switch it up a little.
Yeah, it just kind of goes that way, right?
Okay, that's fun.
Where did you find your beautiful Asian assistant that trusts you enough to flip that ball up right in front of her face, and you're actually doing? And when I saw that, I'm like imagining my tooth again.
No.
No, I've never heard a model over the years. We've had a few, obviously they actually enjoy it. Quite frankly, it's a little more rewarding, I say, and a little more entertaining than just, simple stuff. But that girl in particular, she's one of the most Chinese referee in China, actually, like very famous.
I saw she had a really
social
good
media following.
Mm.
Wow. I'm like really fascinated with the pool industry.
Yeah.
I started playing at a very young age, but clearly I didn't make it to.
I just didn't even realize how far you can go into pool, right? Like I didn't realize that pool could actually be a career. Like no offense, I was, it's just knew that to see that, you could really make an actual living off of
and
pool.
It's amazing
playing pool.
When you think that more people have played pool than have played baseball. It's
wow.
It's a true story.
Whoa. That part I didn't know.
So
I didn't know that.
How long did it take for you to like actually start making money off of playing pool?
So the first few years, just kind of touching YouTube a little bit. I don't think it was really monetized back then either. And for a while,
it's different.
Very little.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I clearly remember the Red Bull videos when they started to be short, high quality content. That's when I started making money as well, because that's the same thing I was doing. But it was very expensive because you had to produce it and it was costly. So that was till like 21, 22. And then I'm actually a licensed optometrist, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
So I had to
really?
finish that.
Well, you got to have good vision to shoot pool.
It was a boring job, man. It was really a boring job. So I told my parents, I'm like, hey, give me 6 months. I don't need anything. I don't want money or whatever. Just let me go, because I was already starting to travel back and forth. And like, let me see if I can make it, right? So that's when I moved to the States, 22, 23, basically. And I moved in with like $1,000 maybe, and I just made everything happen. I mean, it was not easy in LA, obviously, but I played every little tournament in the crappy dive bars, hustled a few guys here and there, weekly tournaments, shows, and YouTube, and it kind of all snowballed together, and then it just went up there.
You say the tournaments really helped you?
No, so the tournaments give you the notoriety maybe, and then like how to say that, like it makes you a name, right? It's okay, so he's not just this, like he can actually do it live, or like, okay, oh damn, he's world champion, that's a pretty big deal. But at the end of the day, I don't really care for the titles. I don't care for it. I just wanted to have more fun and doing whatever I could, right?
When did you realize that you were talented? If you started at 17, when were you like, man, I really got this?
I think pretty much 2 or 3 years down the road when I realized that I knew all the trick shots they've been doing the last 100 years in 2 years. I'm like, what is this guy doing? Like, what's going on here? Who missed the train here? So I'm either really nuts or there's something going on.
Yeah.
And that's really what happened.
Wow.
People got complacent.
Man.
Yeah, that's inspiring too. At the same time, knowing that like it took someone 100 years and took you 2 years to do it all. Like what?
I see it the same way as like skateboarding or whatever.
Sure.
Or BMX. It was the same for so long, and then somebody decided to do a backflip, right? And then that's it. And then from there on,
just keep adding on to it.
Keep adding more.
Yeah.
And it's really the same that happened. It was just people before used to be pro players, normal pool, right? They had to do some trick shot after because they need to entertain people, right? Me, I took it like, okay, I'm going to do trick shots and then play pool. So it's a very different mindset. I had no limits. I had no preconceived idea. Somebody didn't tell me, hey, you can't do that. And that was it, so.
You're probably better than the average person at the regular game of pool, right?
No, but don't get me wrong. I'm a pretty decent pool player. I'll probably be fine against 99% of the population.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Damn, he said 99.
Yeah, well, no, I said coming up, how long... there was a period of time, obviously, when you could walk in somewhere and hustle somebody.
Yeah.
When did those days stop? When did people
realize the hustling days weren't really my thing because it was already kind of too late for me with the internet. I know a lot of players, they really did it well, but I can tell you that it's not as glamorous that the movies will show it.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you're not going in a big pool room. You're going in a small dive bar when they don't know you. And so
that causes fights.
Like a bunch of cigarette smoke everywhere.
I told you Riverside, right?
Yeah,
so I had a crazy story there.
I.e.
So in one of the biggest dive bar in there, right by the airport, the little airport there, I go there. I played this guy for like $100 and I play a race to 5 and I beat him like 5-4 on purpose. You got to let him, believe. Then it says, hey, double or nothing for the next one, But
I'll car keys.
I'll play one-handed, right? And the guy's like, no chance. He's got no chance to beat me. And I destroyed the poor guy, right? And then he goes out, pulls this gun, and I'm like, shit. I'm like,
pulls out the gun.
Oh yeah,
dude, we're just playing pool.
$300. Yeah. So luckily, you got taken out with people, but yeah, destroyed my car, mirror. Windows, whatever.
For $300.
Yeah, and I was like, man, this is probably not the way to make a living.
No, when we'd be on tour, some of the guys that I managed, they got into a thing where everything was money. If we're gonna play pool, it's for money.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, like 6 to 10 times ended in a fist fight, whether they won, lost, or somebody thought somebody's cheating, or they got hustled. Or
it's a very underground culture too. Like there's a big money match in Vegas, big one. I've seen a money match with $150K on top of a light in cash. And that happens. Dang. That's a real thing. But it's a little more organized, I would say, by now, backers on the side and stuff. So it was really never my thing. I'm more an entertainer anyway than a player.
Definitely. So I do have a question, and it's more for myself, but I'm sure other people may have this question. So my dominant hand is right hand, but I shoot with my left. Is that common for a lot of people that you've seen?
So the hand matters less a little bit than your eyesight, I would say. So depending which is your dominant eye might matter a little more. Right. There's no real right or wrong. It's funny because I play pool righty, but I do fencing as well, but as a lefty.
Okay.
So, I don't think it's really a right or wrong thing there.
Well, not necessarily right or wrong, but is that common that some people may use their non-dominant hand as their primary in pool?
Most people, what happened is somebody taught them that way, showing it, and that's how they kept it.
That probably makes sense. Yeah. My cousin was left-handed.
If I'm right-handed, I'm thinking I shoot like that. So I'm shooting with my dominant right hand.
Right,
You're saying yours is opposite?
So I'm right hand, but I'm shooting like this.
See, but what's interesting, I can already tell your dominant eye is your left eye.
So that's why. Okay.
Most likely. The way you showed me, your head's tilted already. So that's why, as a righty, it would be weird. You'd have to.
Yeah, I would have to be like this.
Naturally, it changes a little bit, right?
I'm hiring him as a coach. Sign me up.
Do you do like coaching?
I do, yeah. Not many. Obviously, I'm very, very busy. So
is there a Tiger Woods of golfing? Is Will going to be our first?
Any black pool players? I could be the first.
Currently, not really, but they used to.
Hey, let's set it up,
man.
You know what?
Let's set it up.
Let's go, dude.
You can sponsor me.
Start your own league.
I thought you're the one with money, man.
You have your own league, right? Actually,
correct. Yeah. So I have an amateur league in town. Actually, we have over 1,000 players right now playing every week, all side of town, from north, south, east, west.
I wish I could tell you the name. Somebody actually approached me. A lot of people approached me for investment, but a guy was selling a pool hall. It had no kitchen, but it did have a liquor license.
Was it Mickey's?
I think so.
Eastern?
No.
No?
Are they still open?
No, they're closed.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to go there.
COVID got the best
Sahara,
of them.
Charleston, somewhere on that side.
Oh, that's Q Club. It's been rebought already.
Okay.
Somebody, brand new owners, they're really good people.
Somebody came with me and they said something. The owner was like, hey, if you put up 75 and then he'll finance the rest. But I was just like, do pool halls make money?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I get it with the alcohol.
It's not easy. But if it's run well, I mean, there's a pool room in town that probably makes more money than people would ever think. The problem is, it's just like a restaurant, really. At the first day, it's got to be a sports bar more than a pool room, right?
That's why when he told me that and he said it had no kitchen, he's like, but we can add that. I was like, whoa. I'm like, where are you going to... Do they do gaming in pool halls?
Yeah, most of them do.
So that's another generator.
Absolutely.
That's what keeps half these little bars open is the gaming.
Well, actually, so like the leagues, for example, right? So this is what's very interesting is we bring this team of 8 people, so it's all handicapped, right? So you have a certain amount of skill cap per team, right? So you can't just have 8 monster players in there. They play 5 matches, right? So let's say you bring a league in there, you got 2 teams playing already on a Monday night. So that's like, 16 people that wouldn't be here. So now let's say you have a second table. Well, we doubled that, right? So very quickly, I mean, right now we have about 250 teams all over it. And realistically,
all over Las Vegas?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because you feed the venue in the same way they feed you, right? So it's a win-win, really, which works real well. And I think helps during the week. Obviously, the weekends usually places are busy, but who goes play pool on a Monday night?
Yeah. So so as an organizer of that, you make money on these teams paying to
so it's like a big franchise. So it's APA. It's a big franchise. So basically, it's like a franchising fee, and then you got to pay back some amount to the players, obviously, because they want to be playing, right? They got to be playing for something, and then you keep a little bit, for yourself. And right now, we send them in the big events when they can win like millions of dollars, then I send a team to France, I send a team to Hawaii, send a team to Canada. So we just kind of keep, sending people, and it's cool. So
what's the number one pool hall here in Vegas?
It depends. I mean, that's going to get me in trouble too.
What are your top 3? What are your top 3?
What are some popular ones that let's say you're on a date night, not for league wise, but you're on a date night. What's a cool
It depends
place?
what you're looking for, right? So right now, probably I'll say the most popular is Griff's on Decatur. That's
been around for a while.
Pretty good food. It's really busy, like kind of younger crowds. Then you have Q Club, which is their historical one on Sahara, which is like really, it's been there since the 60s, I think.
Check this out.
So kind of an old school vibe, but tables a little more open, so it's kind of there. Then you have the brand new one. It's called Banging Balls Billiard. That's on Las Vegas Boulevard. And
what is it called?
Banging Balls Billiard. Yeah,
banging balls.
Banging balls.
Yeah,
okay.
I think there's a porn company out there.
Well, that's what we told him at the beginning.
No,
make sure you don't do
dude. Especially in Vegas.
Here.
I go to Banging Balls. What in Vegas? Dude, I don't know.
But so that's like a little bit bigger, probably like 30, 40 tables, something like that. And then you have a few smaller ones. But there's all kind of stuff.
Do they sell gear too? Do they sell sticks?
Yeah. A few do. And otherwise, it's pretty easy online. So
and again, some of these are questions for my own preference because I like to shoot pool. The stick.
Yeah.
The weight. Does that matter? The length and the different sizes of the stick?
So most of the time, people will have about the general same lengths. The weight is usually in between 17 ounces to like 22 max, I would say.
I usually about a 21.
Is it like
a little bit on the heavy side? Yeah.
Is it like golf? You know how they'll say they'll size the clubs?
So it's interesting because the pool industry is way behind on all that stuff. And unfortunately, it's not. So most people, you have a person 5'5" playing the same cue as a guy that's 6'5". It's pretty crazy, actually. But there's a few extension that starts to be put on, but it's really not that much, and I feel like it should be. The latest big thing in pool was carbon fiber. Now it's a shafts are in carbon fiber, low deflection, meaning the ball stays true or straight, pretty much.
And it can handle the impact more too, right?
Yeah, so for example, Vegas, carbon is great because you don't have to leave wood in your car and it just warp, right? Now it stays good.
That was actually a question because I know even right down to something as simple as a hat. You leave a hat in your car on a hot day, it's over. The bill will get all.
Yeah.
Does it do that with wood, with sticks?
Well, wood will do it. And even now, you'd rather not do it if possible. But carbon fiber kind of took that away and we're much better now. So
here's a good one. How important is the chalk?
I was about to ask that.
Are you?
Very important. I don't know if you
Chalk
saw
is
me.
free. That's one of our.
I asked you to go to the restroom earlier, right? I was just need to wash my hands because I played like 6 hours today. I still have blue everywhere, right?
Okay.
So I got a chalk that we made. That was my sponsors from Japan, and we worked on it for 2 years, and it's like a $30 piece of chalk now.
Wow.
But I mean, it grips the ball. It's more like a makeup texture almost, and it kind of grips the ball better, which means you can go more on the outside of the ball and do more extreme stuff, really.
So these pool halls, is it kind of like
That's
the
so
PGA,
cool.
meaning like you go into one and maybe the felt is more worn down than a newer place? That all matters, right?
Oh yeah, correct. Yeah,
it's like going to a different course, being like, oh, this course is fast.
Condition matters. I mean, obviously, I think to me the worst is humidity. If you go from Vegas to like Florida, it's like completely different. Like
Why? Why does the humidity matter?
It matters on everything, the bounce, the speed.
Wow.
So it's very, very tricky actually to adjust.
Probably the same for golfers.
Yeah,
same.
Because I would assume the felt, the moisture from the
something like that.
It'll slow it down and it'll shorten the way the ball reacts as well.
It does.
So interesting. You don't even think, I mean, I don't think about all those factors.
Well, it kind of puts me in the mind because I used to love bowling, and the conditions of the lane makes a big difference. The type of ball you have. So like I throw a hook, a natural
the
hook.
patterns, the oil.
And when people would see me throwing it, they would get a house ball thinking you can throw a hook just like you have a weighted ball, and it's not the same. So pool, I would assume, is comparable. The type of stick you have, the felt, all of those things matter. And so for just your general everyday player, they don't think about those things. Yeah.
Eventually, pool is a very statistical sport.
It is.
So in my mind, it's variables into statistical thing. I see lines, I see zones, whatever, but I don't really see the same thing that most people will see. And at the end of the day, you're trying to limit the variable as much as possible. So you're truer to systems. There's mathematical systems in there. I mean, it's pretty crazy when you get into it.
Would you say you're pretty good at math?
I was all right at it, but I mean, it's still a lot of instinct at the end of the day, but you're going to use the math to kind of lower it down in a way and less variables, right?
So this is when you need math for pool.
Well, how I first learned how to shoot was, and this is what somebody taught me, follow the light on the ball.
Okay.
So if
That's
I'm lining up the cue with the ball to the hole, I'm looking at the light, and then my positioning on the stick is the angle I'm trying to get. So when the cue hits the impact of the ball, it goes to the appropriate hole. So that's how I taught myself how to play.
Yeah, there's several aiming methods. I mean, the most common is what we call the ghost ball. You got to imagine a ball in front of the other ball, kind of like just in front of it, and then you find the center of that ball. And then no matter what, you should be able to do it. So if you line up those two balls to the pockets. But, easier said than done, really.
Is that where algebra and geometry that I still haven't used, is that where that
No, literally.
I flunked algebra twice, so.
Yeah, I mean, hey, entrance angle equal exit angle in pool stuff. That's what it is.
There we go.
Yeah,
That's
glad
it.
Glad to know
I think
that.
I didn't show up that day for that class. So that's why I'm not a pro.
You're like, no, not me.
What's your favorite place to play? In the country or out of the country?
At my house, man. I love to play in my house. Actually, if you paid me to just stay home and just do stupid shot, I would be happy.
Have you ever thought about twitching? Going on Twitch doing that?
I have so many things to take care of. And, but yeah, it's been in the back of my mind. I've lost a few, I've missed a few boats over the years. I mean,
it's never too late.
Something we haven't done that we are going to do that's very popular, and I think it would be with you. When we we are going to bring in the live stream, like the expert, type equipment. Well, what people started doing with podcasts were, they started out small, but for the most part, they'll say $25. So you got somebody controlling the stream, and then somebody comes in and they pay $25 and they want to ask you a question. Well, boom, it pops up on the TV, and it might be a question to you, and you stop what you're doing because they paid. So in a sense, they're kind of controlling the flow of your, and you up the money based on, you obviously don't want to get disturbed every 5 seconds,
right?
Or you up the fee. Yeah. But I've seen them as high as $100, $200 a question.
Damn.
It's just like saying, I know a lot of people. I had a guy today reach out to me that I haven't heard from in years, and he was like, where can I see this? He's like, that guy's my favorite player. And I was like, well, we're going to get this one out. Super.
That could be your fifth business. I'll help you.
Man. But people would want to ask you questions live. You're doing the trick, and then it's going to.
I think it would kill because again, being like I went on YouTube, I went down a rabbit hole looking at some of the trick shots.
Oh man,
some of the things you do are like unbelievable. When I saw you had the 2 sticks, you had the 2 cue balls, and you got 2 sticks. You hit the cue. I know it sounds crazy, but
I was watching
the 2 balls go up, cross each other, and then come back and knock them. I'm like, how in the hell did he do that?
So it's funny, actually. That one I do in my show live, actually, for people. It might take 2-3 tries.
It's insane. You guys got to see that shot. It's insane. Like, I would pay to see that. Well, I saw it already, but
even that,
you will
I'll
pay.
pay it again.
You'll pay.
Something about playing somebody with one hand. I did see you hitting. What's the secret with that? I mean,
the secret is you just find the right balance. Really, it's like one of the old hustle, thing. It's been around forever, and just like, the more proficient you become, the more that second hand is like kind of a crutch more than anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just
I noticed that some of the models you
muscle
were
memory
using,
too, probably.
they seem like they're pretty good. Like, I mean, obviously if they've been around you enough, they learn a little bit. But I mean, for just being a girl doing that part, they seem like they.
The good news is pool is a very easy sport to pick up. It's a very difficult sport to master, right?
Like
that's the best way I can put it, really. So everybody can pick it up really quick, especially with the right training. But to master it, that becomes a whole different story.
Oh yeah. Now I noticed when you would have the thing where all the balls were lined up and you're hitting them.
What's that? Your machine? What is that called? Your machine shot.
One of the fastest guy to do those.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
So did your followers go up when you started using girls as like?
I have a joke. There's a running joke in the industry that I was the only guy that actually monetized women in the pool industry. It's funny because the girls always made more money than the guys on the tour usually because they're able to do it. Apparently, I was the only guy that really made it work. But I never thought about it this way. It was more of a visual thing, right? I mean, you have magician using assistant. They're obviously going to use beautiful assistant. Just kind of works, right? Mm-hmm. But it was more to improve the copy more than anything. It was never really like a bait, right? Mm-hmm. And I still don't think of it as a bait. I mean, some people do, and like you'll have here and there sometimes, you're disrespecting women, whatever. And I never thought about it this way. It was really a visual thing. I just, why would you not? It just, it just looks good. That's what it is, right?
The Asian girl that I saw in your thing, I mean, she seems passionate about it. She's just not a pretty face just standing there. It seems like she really is into what she's doing. She's not just out there like, hey, I'm a model getting paid. I got to just sit here and flip it. She seems like she's into it.
Yeah, most of them really understood that they're part of it. It's like a collaboration more than just, you just pay to sit there. Like that's not ever what it was, and it's never what it will be, I think. So for me, obviously times change, right? So it's a little tricky as a man when you try to use women like that. It makes it a little difficult sometimes. So you got to respect some boundaries as far as, not going too far. But essentially, they know we're going to make them look really good always, and it's just, kind of a respectful thing to do. I don't see it any other way.
Right. Yeah, no, right down to this collaboration on our show. There was a rhyme and a reason where everybody sat, that we researched on the Breakfast Club with putting a female next to the guest. Yeah. They just said it's an instant comfortability thing. And I mean, it is. I've seen it now since we started.
So question, Guinness's world record of yours. How many do you hold?
13.
Currently 13.
13, okay. Yeah. So how does that come about? Do you have to call them? Do they reach out to you?
So,
how does that work?
I mean, I really had no idea this was even really a thing for pool, right? So, but you look, it's kind of a thing. Then I got invited to a TV show and they're like, hey, can you beat this record? I'm like, yeah, that seems doable, right? So I think it was like the most ball pocketed over an obstacle in the middle in like 1 minute. And I think it was like 45, and I think I nailed like 75, and they're so impressed.
Crush
they're
that.
Like, oh, can you do more or whatever? So I started work with them directly, and so we did a few things when they're in town. Actually, we did like the most balls in 15, fastest 15 balls over an obstacle, longest pool cue, that kind of stuff that they needed because obviously it's a company just like us, right? They try to make content, and good content's always a good thing. They know their numbers on pools are very popular. So I kept going on. And like you said, you go down the rabbit hole and now you're looking at the other records, right? And then the last one I did was last year, and I almost died out of this thing. That was the stupidest thing I ever did.
What?
I played pool. I did the most trick shots in 48 hours.
It was like 1,200 or something, right?
Yeah. And it was just
like just straight.
Now, did they ask you, because this goes back, remember, M80, one of Wu-Tang's managers.
Yeah.
He had the Guinness World Record for a 12, I don't know what he did, 12-hour freestyle.
Yeah. Damn.
But they would hold stuff up. So if they held up rabbit, you had to say rabbit in your verse. And then he said, moving forward, there's a guy named Mars out of LA. He's over 3 days. But what Guinness did that was weird is you could rap anything. So he said, essentially, Mars would sing every Eminem song, every Snoop Dogg song.
Got it.
So he wasn't just coming off the top of his dome verses.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah, that's kind of strange. And then I asked, how much time did you have X amount of time to eat or go to the bathroom during this?
So you get 5-minute break per hour completed. So you got to complete 1 full hour, then you get 5-minute break. You can combine them. So the goal for me was to keep them running as long as possible, so you can actually have 20 minutes or 15 minutes to go eat and whatever, go to the restroom, right?
Crazy.
So I was essentially doing 5 hours increments every time, and so it was great, until
no sleep time.
No sleep. Well, it was. So the first day was fine until like the next morning, whatever. Then I'm starting, my back starting to really hurt.
I can only
just
imagine.
going down.
Yeah.
And the difference is I had to go place every shot because we had a 120 shots program that I had to follow. 3 tries per shot. You make it as 1. You miss it as 0. You go to the next shot, and just over and over, right? And but the good news, it kept me a little entertained because we beat the 1-hour record. We beat the 24 hours record. But the 48 was complete stupidity. I mean, it was just...
I know you were delirious when you were
done. Yeah, you really are, actually.
Did you start seeing stuff? Like
yeah, you start to see stuff, start to see double. I mean, it's like... And I made a point to not drink coffee or like Red Bull or whatever, because I needed to be able to do it and not crash at some point.
Right.
So it was like purely on water, Coke, and whatever, and that was it. So it's nuts.
Did you say Coke?
Well, you might want to clarify that part.
Right, water, Coke. Damn, it was
no
so
drugs,
casual
no
too.
drugs.
That'll keep you up for sure.
No drugs.
Right, that part.
That's actually, though, it's good that you said that because, that essentially, I drink mine and it tends to make me shake.
Yep.
And then you do have that big sugar crash.
Yeah, and I was really trying. So I made everything food-wise. I mean, we studied, make sure it was like chicken, rice, whatever. Make it as easy as possible. Don't take any risk, Last thing you want to do is be sick and be stuck in.
No, definitely.
Right?
Or have the bubble guts.
Could you imagine? Absolutely. That's a big fear, man.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Rachel's like, could I do it vegan? Is there a vegan world record?
Hey, dude, I'll do it. I'll try it.
So 10,000 trick shots. Like, I would have lost count after like 50. Like, how do you come, like,
name them?
So let's,
right. Like, do you patent this too? Like, what's going on? Like,
no, actually, that's quite interesting because, most people will just steal your shot right out. But you can't patent them. There's no way. There's no copyright. I mean, sometimes it piss you off, right? Especially when, like you said, one guy copies your shot, that gets fired. Like, come on, dude, really? Like, no credits, can't even put my name in there.
Right.
Yeah, at least.
It's what it is,
me.
So, yeah. But it's what it is, and at the end of the day, it's like a legacy, right? It's a legacy thing. You leave a legacy that people will know, and they'll remember.
But when you come up with an idea, is it you're looking to do something where the ball does the most obscene or the cue does the most wild type of movement? Is that what you're looking for?
I mean, you're looking for aesthetically pleasing stuff, really, right? Mostly that's what really gets the views. The rest is skills, right? You're trying to push your skills. So let's say you had something with 1 ball, then you want to get 2 balls, then you want 3, then maybe keep going, right? There's a shot, for example, we called it the machine gun shot. When
I've seen that.
You shoot a cue ball kind of slow towards the middle pocket, try to make as many balls as possible, right? That used to be a 6-ball shot for their show, right? Then went up to 8. Then I decided I'm going to go 12 or whatever. So I made 12.
Jeez.
And then I went to 15. And then the last time I tried, I went to like 20 balls, which is completely obscene. It really is. I can't do it live, right? Don't get me wrong. It would take me forever.
Yeah.
So meaning it's like doing a break, but you're making all 20 go in.
No, like you shoot the cue ball slow, like perfect speed, and then you have to make 20 balls before that cue ball reaches the pocket, which is only 3 feet away.
Yeah.
That's
so, I mean, the speed is like...
Some of the shots that I've seen were... It almost looked like it was AI generated.
That's a nice problem.
I was thinking that already.
I'm talking about the way the ball would you would hit the ball to the corner pocket, it'll bounce, but then it'll come back and curve.
Yo, the spin, the turnaround. How do you make a ball turn around? Like, that's the thing is, like, you've had to practice that a million times.
It was unreal.
Yeah, the trick that stands out to me, what's that called when the cue ball goes in the hole and then comes out and knocks that one in?
Oh, I don't know. That was an insane shot too, but depending a lot on the table as well, right? So sometimes it would work, but the curve shot's what we call a mass A shot. So it's one of the toughest shot in pool, really, because you're going from above, and this very narrow zone of the ball to hit. It's very hard to control. So that's my specialty, really.
With these so are these tournaments, are they based on cash prizes, or do you rely more on like your sponsorships? And
so for me, I'm operating a little bit outside the bounds of everything. It's kind of a combination of stuff. I was never really fully influencer, I would say. I mean, some people would consider me. I mean, if anything, I would be considered the first pool influencer right now in retrospective. Yeah. So it's been a while, but I never embraced it as the same way. I could have milked the crap out of it, but I never did, because I've always liked to, do something I want to do. Just like when you said the Twitch thing, right? I don't know. It feels a little bit like a sellout. I'm not sure if I'm ready for it. Mainly, I would say, an aspect is sponsors, guaranteed money. You just represent a bowl company, a cue company. I have my own line of cues now, so I sell them, make royalties on that. So that's a big part of it.
Would you sell if you knew that you absolutely did not like that stick, but they were paying you to sell it? Would you do it?
No, because I have to perform with it. So and we go to the next aspect, right? Yep. So now this is one aspect of it. Then I have to promote all the videos and stuff. So I have to play with the equipment. If it's not good, I'm screwed, right? Fair. Then I still do shows all over the world. So I travel about, I think I'm already at 80 flights this year. So not too bad, right? Yeah. So it's a lot of miles. So I got to do that live as well. So that's aspect number 3, really. Then like the pool league, that's a big chunk. And then I got some other stuff, real estate, and I have a trophy business just for the shits and giggle, I guess.
That's crazy. Yeah, actually, right on this back side of the building, there's a trophy place. And I've never went in it. And I'm like, this is really cool. They even inscribe.
I didn't think about that as a business, but that's a whole business.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you try to diversify, right? The more you go out. And I never want to rely on things. Social media is great, right? I mean, some months you'll make like 15 grand or 20 grand, right? And then next month, 0. Or like whatever. You get demonetized.
That's what's happening.
Yeah, for real.
I'm on music royalties. And I was telling her I was steadily between 40 and 60,000. For the last, I'd say 10 months, it dropped to 20. Wow. And I'm like, I'm struggling right now. And people are like, how are you struggling? And I'm like, well,
expenses. You expect it, and then your expenses, they go up with it. So
I mean, I was glad that I've always knew in the back of my head to be prepared for that. But you can't control
That's the downfall of what you said. The influencer, they'll go really big, real famous, real quick, make a ton of money, and they think it's going to forever be there. But I've cycled through so many. I mean, I'm a dinosaur in social media. I cycled through like I said, the first Red Bull style video, right? That was good. We made good money on short videos. Then I went to vlogs, and that was it, right? That was over. Then from the vlog, went back to kind of good content, a little bit average in between. And now it's all shorts, but the shorts you make no money. You got to get a ton of you to make money. So, I mean, to rely solely on it, you got to be really good. And I don't care what they say. Whoever making money solely out of this is usually pretty good marketer and good business people.
Definitely. So, I used to love watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And there's a famous episode when Will was in the pool hall and Uncle Phil had to come save him. But Uncle Phil pulled out Big Bertha. Do you have a Big Bertha stick that you use?
We got a few things.
Or do you name your sticks?
No, not really. But I mean, you have the different kind of sticks, right? I do have some funny stuff. I have an automatic cue. You just kind of load and it just shoots for itself, for example, for shows. I have a broomstick and a few different things, but no.
But no Big Bertha.
Not really. That was a good episode.
That was a really good episode. That was.
What she was telling me something. Were you going to school for medical school or some kind
of? So I'm an optometrist, like I said. So that was the first. So I did the medical school, the first 2 general years, and then 3 years or whatever it took. So yeah.
How long have you had glasses for?
Since 12 years old or something like that. Yeah, it's not that much, so it doesn't bother me too much. Could be better, but it's all right.
Yeah, my eyes are so bad. All the years of reading those Pro Tools and stuff, I can't see.
I can imagine that.
Nothing.
Yeah. Well, so that's probably why you can still see which eye was my dominant eye. You work.
Oh my gosh, that makes sense.
A little bit. But it's mostly pool, because when we'll teach somebody, that's the first thing you kind of have to look, because they'll position the cue in a different way. And the one thing you're trying to avoid is the tilting head, right? So if somebody's like this or whatever, then you got to fix it.
because it does take you off. Because if you're like this, you can't. Your positioning is going to be. It's almost like shooting a gun. Like I went to the gun range recently, and I was teaching my son, who's 15, how to shoot. And the way you have to look through the scope is like shooting pool, because if you tilt off a little bit, you'll see the target, but your aim is off.
Yeah,
and so pool.
The only difference is you don't close an eye at all. Like you got to keep them both open at all time for 3D purpose, really.
Definitely. Yeah. Wow.
How do you know like what your dominant eye is?
I mean, there's like the simple test, whatever, you put your eye in front and you close an eye and see if it moves or it doesn't move, right? Usually it will tell you.
So wait, what do you mean? You do what?
I can't remember exactly what it is, right?
Well, I want to try it.
I think you got to put it in front, right? If you close one, close the other one. If one stays in place, I think that's your dominant eye, if I'm correct.
I don't know.
Or just get a cue ball.
If you give me a cue, if you give me a cue, I'll know right away.
Just hold the cue ball up, right?
Yeah.
You'll know, depending how you position it, and if you also,
Okay. Well, looks like I'm trying that sometime soon.
How is we talked about the like I said, growing up, I saw the woman, the Black Widow. How common are female players?
I mean, they're just as good as the men, really, right now. I'm not quite.
Do they go like female leagues, kind of like how you?
They're still separated as far as the tour goes, but we have some really strong female that are able to play almost part of the men. I think the breaks kind of, and there's the power a little bit changes. So, but there's, I mean, it's a very, like I say, popular sport right now. I mean, the only difference is we got taken out of TV, honestly. So, unfortunately, not.
I noticed that they don't do that a lot.
Yeah, I was one of the last. I produced one of the last segment pool out here for ESPN. So, it just. I don't know why exactly. There's just nobody really wants to spend the money.
Mm. So, is there a difference in how people prepare for 9-ball versus 8-ball?
I mean, they're completely different games, right? So in a way, 8-ball became too easy for the general pro players because there's too many options, so you can revert back. So then they went to 9-ball. Then 9-ball became too easy, so then they went to 10-ball. And now we have a version of 9-ball when they put the rack a little bit higher, so we don't control as much the break. So like I say, it's all statistics, right? So after you could control to the point you could control. If I know how to rack the balls, I can make you an easy table and a hard table. So now we have
putting the gaps in the balls,
stuff like that, and we call pattern racking, meaning you put the balls in a different spot.
I used to hustle a couple people.
So they just kind of always have to like improve how hard the game is because the player's just getting better and better. And right now we have like such a strong contingent in Europe and China that they're just monster. Those kids are coming up and they're just kicking everybody's butt.
Wow.
Who's the youngest you've seen that's like? Is there a young one considered pro?
Man, I think we have like a 13 years old right now that's like a monster. So yeah, we have a local girl actually in town. Her name is Savannah. I think she's 14 and she's at the World Games right now. So
wow,
pretty strong.
I saw that thing you had. Is that a glove or is that just a particular thing you wear for trick shots?
So the glove is just because people sweat, right? So your hand's gonna sweat. You want it to be as slick as possible.
Oh yeah,
there's just nothing to it.
The stick will stick on your hand.
It used to be talc powder, but it makes a mess. It's disgusting. So gloves just kind of replace it.
Cleaner, yeah.
It's like bowling shoes. When you bowl, no, serious. When you bowl, they say you don't wear them to the bathroom because if you get water on your shoes when you go up there to slide, you'll stick, and that's how people fall and trip over the line. So
I didn't know you're a bowler, but did you see the video I did with Jason Belmonte?
I haven't seen that.
That's one of my most fun video. Actually, we did it at the Orleans, I think, in the bowling alley. We put a pool table and bowling, we combine them. It's such a sick.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
A fun
I used to love bowling.
Yeah, fun fact, just so you know, Ludacris is a good friend of mine. He stays at the Orleans and he bowls there every time he's in Vegas. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know why.
Really cool.
He loves it there. I don't know if it's just because
they actually have nice lanes. Teddy Riley bowls there.
It's a nice bowling alley for sure. Yeah. It's a very professional one. So
do you get like paid appearances?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, like I say, all over the world, really. I mean, I've done a show for president. I've done a show for the Prince of Dubai. I've done, all kind of weird stuff, really.
Wow.
That's cool.
And do you do like one-on-ones?
I do lessons and stuff. But I mean, mainly I do corporate shows. Like, you'll get a party here in Vegas. I mean, most of the suites in the casinos have pool table.
Yeah.
I mean, people usually get magician, acrobats, whatever. So I'm like in there as well in the mix. Not as many as I want to, but,
How can people book you?
Just my website, venomtrickshots.com, or social media. Usually we have somebody answering pretty much every time. So
I'm going home and practicing.
Yeah, dude. This could be like a real life career.
I'm going home and practice.
So you're on tour right now as we speak?
Yeah, right now. So I have a show at the Westgate. I just had one earlier today, and then I have one tomorrow. So what happens, I do like a 1 hour exhibition really, and then I play people for like a couple hours, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Wow.
And like, where's your next destination?
So I think I got to go Indonesia early September. So it's going to be a long trip. I think we have a tour all over. I think like 10 shows out there. So we'll see how that goes.
I see you have some time but before.
A couple of weeks should be all right, but not looking forward to a 30-hour trip. So
yeah, I got to come up with a nickname.
Pool, you got to have a nickname.
Let me see. What you think?
Well, full-time CEO.
I gotta see you play to.
And we already have a pool CEO, so you can't do it. It's already taken.
Oh, I was gonna say,
the pool CEO.
I was gonna say that.
Dang.
I'm gonna work on that.
Yeah, he has shirt. What is it? Clothing line.
Yeah, full-time CEO.
Oh, yeah,
yeah. Maybe we can do a cross collab.
There you go. That sounds great.
See, let's put it together.
My goodness, these questions. This is a new one. True. What do we got here? We got
I figured
more extreme personal questions.
Is that a trap? It's a full trap.
No,
it might be. I don't know.
We do a thing called bad choices usually, which was there. This is saying more extreme.
We've upgraded to more extreme.
I don't know if I like to be the first test here.
Right.
That's
so here we go. The game is called Bad Choices.
We're making some bad choices tonight.
Mm-hmm. So you just
Mr. Venom trick shots over here.
Yep. Don't be lying if you have wives, girlfriends, anything like that. Have you ever taken ecstasy?
No. Simple.
Good for you.
Have you ever blamed your shit personality on your zodiac sign?
No way. Don't believe in it.
I'm a this. You're just a bad person, guy.
Yeah.
People do that.
Have you ever gotten a tattoo that you've regretted?
No tattoos.
No
Immaculate.
tattoos.
If you were a therapist, would you sleep with your patients?
Yeah, probably. I'll be stupid enough.
That's tricky, man. That's a tricky one right there.
Do you get paid too much for what you do?
That's a tough question. Sometimes it will go to my mind. I'm like trying to think of what like my dad was making or whatever. I'm like, man, that's kind of crazy. But then like, this is actually hard work. And I definitely work, like 80 hours a week. So I think probably not. And
that's what I'm talking about.
And I'm seeing some other guys too, some other people, they make way more. And like, how is that relevant? You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
I had NFL players renting my houses during the pandemic. They give it all. I mean, I know they get a paid extreme amount. They own them. Like they tell me their schedules. They own them. Even in off season, they're owned.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, that's a price to pay, right? So I think there's a fine line and probably a happy medium, and you just got to find it, right?
Definitely.
Sure. Do you think you're the smartest person in the room?
No, I don't think I ever think that everywhere because you always find somebody smarter. And I think that's one of the biggest mistakes with most people. They never want to learn. They always, they assume they're the smartest or whatever, but you got to be able to take away something. And who knows, sometimes good stuff lead from just being a little more open. So,
love.
Yeah, I used to be very like judgmental to where, I could look at somebody.
What the fuck, dude?
I could look at somebody and be like, well, hey, this guy looks smart the way he talks.
Yeah.
But you could look at somebody completely opposite and they could really be smarter. So I'm just like, you cannot judge a book by the cover is what I've learned.
Never can. I learned that in the hard way too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Especially if you're going up against people playing pool. Like, oh yeah, this person's got nothing.
I don't know. We have all kind of ways in life. I mean, pool is considered the poor people countries club, right? That's what they call it. So that's true, man. Realistically,
I've never heard that one.
It's a cheap sport, man.
It is
compared to golf. I mean, it's a very cheap thing.
Overly expensive.
Yeah,
but you're gonna have people
you're smoking cigs and you're drinking your fucking dollar beers.
You're gonna have all kind of people from all kind of life. You know what I mean? You got the guy that's got like the biggest blue collar job that's possible. You have doctors, you have lawyers, you got all kind of stuff. So it's very interesting. I mean, it all way of life. So it's very interesting. I love it.
Definitely.
Would you rather be with somebody smart than somebody gorgeous?
There's a fine line there, isn't there?
There is.
Ooh, I don't know. That's tricky because, I mean, I love the way my wife looks, but I also can't say she's stupid. So I'm like kind of screwed here, isn't it? That's a bad one.
I'll just throw mine out there. The unintelligent side of me would say the gorgeous, but as I'm aging here, being smart is important too.
You're correct.
Yeah.
Definitely.
100%.
Absolutely. Sure. Would you keep working at your current job if you won a year's salary in the lottery?
Yeah, all day long.
Yeah. I kind of figured I knew the answer to that.
That's passion and
That
dedication. It really
I would be
is.
bored, man. I would be bored if I didn't. You know.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a drink thrown in your face?
Not that I know of. No.
Just rear view mirrors broken.
Yeah. No, good guy. Good guy all around.
Just the rear view mirrors broken.
This is the best one. It says, "Do you think you would be the best stripper in the room?"
I don't know, man. I feel like you got more experience than me.
Yeah, true.
I feel like you had a wilder life.
Drew's got one in his room.
Yeah, I got the stripper pole in the room.
Well, there you go. See,
Right?
I would guess Little Rach, but I wouldn't count out Eddie either.
Come on, Eddie.
You never know.
It's hilarious.
Well,
all right,
you,
I got one more. Finish it off. All right, now this is great. Now this will really tell us, like, you know, who you are.
All right.
Have you ever done a keg stand?
a what?
A keg stand.
No, I'm sorry. It's just not a thing in Europe. I mean,
Yeah,
I didn't go to
Okay.
college here, you know. Now, if it was now, probably I would do it, but I mean, it's not going to happen anymore. So,
Oh, okay. Well,
Can everybody answer that, Will? Okay.
I've never done that.
I for sure. want to.
I think I have done it once in
I didn't even drink until I was 21.
What about
high school or
what about you,
college.
man?
Yeah.
that's
Sorry.
a big difference.
I was 21.
mean,
Yeah.
See, in Europe, I mean, I remember buying beers at 14, so it's very interesting for me
It's
when
so
I came in. I was
different.
like, "What's going on? They don't know how to drink, those people." Like, it's strange, you know. So,
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Do you find the thing that I've seen is when you back things up, like I
Mhm.
said, you don't make drinking that big of a deal. You can back that age up probably as low as 15, and then if it's just nothing to that.
Actually,
that
I mean,
country.
my view is that it's much safer the way we do it over in Europe than here because, you know, you're 14, you can't drive. So you're going to get shit-faced. You're going to have to deal with your parents. You're going to learn your lesson. You're going to learn how to drink and know your limits, right? By 17, 18, by 18, you can drive, but you already had 4 years probably of it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha
And
there.
so by now, you already kind of know. So I think he removes a little bit of the, I don't know what to do with it, right?
Yeah.
And I
What
think
is the age
we're more
out there?
prepared. Legally is 18, but I mean, at all family dinners at 12, 13, they'll give you a glass of
Really?
wine. 14, I mean, we could go to the store and buy a couple of beers or Smirnoff Ice or whatever it was, right? That would never stop you. So now I don't know, it's probably more like 16, but it's really not a big deal. And I think it's just
here
a
in
matter
Vegas,
of culture.
man,
Yeah.
I have a 20-year-old son. How old did you say your son?
15.
15. Yeah.
They start a lot younger.
Yeah, I
out
mean,
here
I'm assuming
in
Vegas
Vegas.
is a little, but I mean, as a parent, it's your job to make sure they know what to do, I guess, and
Exactly.
be
Yeah.
able to protect them, right? So,
I've been doing that. Well,
Mhm.
thank you so much, Florian, for coming by. Hopefully, Will and Eddie can get over
sounds
to your
good. Yeah.
thing tomorrow to get some shots. But I'm glad to know you're here in town. We'll definitely stay in touch.
Tell you what, if you're there tomorrow, I'll make sure I do my final shot when I shoot a cue ball into people. They hold a shoe in between their nuts, and hopefully I don't miss.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
That takes a brave.
Is it going to be Dingleberry that's going to be there?
Well, I think you should do that, Will.
No.
Well, one quick question.
I don't want to go
Sure.
viral.
What's the trajectory? Like, where do you see yourself going with this?
It's very interesting. I've been thinking about it a lot. I think it's the age, just, you know, trying to see what kind of legacy you're going to give. And I'm not 100% positive. I think probably, I mean, right now I really love what I'm doing, which makes it easier.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you know, I see the social media is picking up again. If the money is right, maybe travel a little less. But in the same time, I love traveling. I love to see people. I hate the travel itself, but I love, you know, showing people and sharing the sports. But, you know, maybe, I mean, we had a big effort in the last few years to bring pool to the Olympics. Unfortunately, we failed.
But they had break dancing.
Yeah, that's actually who we lost to. So I was part of the Paris Olympics committee to do the pool in the Olympics, and then we had a massive file. I mean, it was great, and we just couldn't get it off the finish line because sponsors pool we didn't have enough political pool.
I would love to see that.
I think I wouldn't count that out. I think.
Well, we're hoping for LA, but it's looking grim again. It's going too quickly now. So and pool was perfect because it was the burst. I mean, France was perfect because it was supposed to be invented in France.
Oh, wow.
But now, you know, America being a big country for it was the next one, but I don't see anything happening. So I think they're talking about, I think there's an Olympic in China. I think that could be the next push, which I won't be part of it, but that was one of the big thing. And obviously trying to just keep promoting to the youth and in a positive manner, right? We're trying to get pool out of those like smoky, dangerous pool room. It's a much different game. There's a lot to it. Like I said, there's a lot of math involved. It's very fun. It's entertaining. I mean, kids are fascinated by it in general. Remember, you said you're, playing, pushing balls on your table when you're a kid, right?
I mean,
there's something fascinating by the way the motion works, and I think we deserve to be in a better spot and get out of this kind of bad image.
Let's start a petition to get rid of the breakdancing.
Whether you have a son or a daughter, are you gonna try to teach them?
So she already knows. Yeah, I have a daughter. She already knows how to play a little bit.
What's age?
She's 13 now already.
13. Okay.
But she just is not into it. I think there's something about like, hey, I don't want to do like, I'm being judged about doing this because my dad's so good at it, so I don't want to force her to it. But she knows a little bit how to do it, and I'm sure she'll mess with a few boys in college. But at the moment, she'll be all right.
I think she'll circle back.
It's usually what happens, right?
Yeah. And then, I mean, does she understand the fame, like, with the people really?
Yeah, I mean, yes and no, right? Because she's also very, like, say, growing up in Vegas, she's seen all kind of, ways of life. We got friends that are magicians. They have shows on the strip. I mean, she's like, oh, yeah, here, let me
That's
just
normal.
learn magic from this guy that does magic for Justin Timberlake. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
But, I mean, the biggest thing, it was a couple years ago, they had, like, a school project or whatever. They had to bring something. She brought that YouTube gold button thing. I mean, she was like the star of the whole thing.
Oh wow!
So I guess in a way, but it's hard to say. I mean, my friend have this joke running around. It's like I'm a minor celebrity, right? It's not full because I can go everywhere except when it's like pool stuff. I can go in a pool room. I mean, if there's like a big event, I have to stop every 2 seconds, sign a picture, take a picture or whatever. But and the rest of the life, I'm usually okay, which is great because I could not see being any more famous. So.
It's tough to deal with.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming by. We will definitely stay in touch, and peace out.
Peace.
Thank you.
Green Room Radio.